A quick scroll on Airbnb shows about 1 or 200 properties available for short let on the Rock. But it's hard to know with certainty how many there are in total. There's no register of such properties and therefore no official figure. Homes can be listed at different times to suit the owner, so this can fluctuate too. Government is hoping to bring some regulation to the industry.
To ensure the safety and quality of properties afforded in respect of short-term holiday lets and to avoid unfair competition with hotels, the government will introduce a mechanism so that every property offered for short-term rental shall have to be registered and inspected. A fee will be payable for registration and other conditions will apply. This is becoming widespread throughout the world as the popularity of Airbnb-style properties has grown. More details will be made available shortly, but it is the government's intention to roll out the scheme before the end of the calendar year.
Between this and the announcement on a tax on third properties, last week's budget raised some questions for the industry.
One of the key selling points of coming into the Gibraltar market as an inward investor is the fact that there's no CGT, no capital gains tax. This is effectively a capital gains tax. So I think whilst we're all, supportive of trying to find innovative ways in which to raise more money, I think consultation is really key, and we as the Landlord Association represented the Property Association throughout the pandemic on the CELAC, and we think that we should at least have the same sort of opportunity to be consulted on this sort of measure.
On the flip side, Action for Housing welcomes the tax. It says it could stabilise property prices and make home ownership more accessible to those priced out by investors flipping properties for profits. It says wealthy off-plan speculators restrict the market, keep prices artificially high, create barriers for first-time buyers, and worsen the housing affordability crisis. Though we still don't have details on the amount that will be taxed, it's enforceable from the 1st of July, giving property owners little time to make their case to the government. The Landlords Association says they'd like to be a part of the discussions on short lets.
We definitely support cautious, fair and proportionate regulation, particularly if the objective is to improve safety standards and the quality of the product. We have to be careful because there are a lot of short-term rental operators which are in fact small property owners. And these property owners depend on their income from these properties, in part as a pension plan or simply as a supplement to their salary, but they work very hard.
Tension has been growing in the hotel industry following the growth of Airbnbs. In its latest financial report, the Sunborn pointed to these as a key reason for low occupancy. It said the hotel market in Gibraltar continues to be negatively impacted by them.
When it comes to hotels, that's what their key concern is, that the fact that it's an unregulated industry is a concern to them. So I think the Landlords Association is supportive, but we need to be consulted on these things so that we can actually get all of our association members on board, and that we need to know that our hard work to make sure that we comply with regulations is also respected in relation to that very small minority that doesn't comply with regulations, that abuse the system and give us all a bad name for doing so.
Landlords may have to wait a while for news on how new regulations will work. In the meantime, while plans are developing, it seems in their view, consultation is key.